Hey guys, welcome back to the Goddess Exchange YouTube. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Akasha and I am going to be shuffling the tarot for you today. Thank you so much. If this is not your first time joining me, welcome back. Guys, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And share this with someone that you think may enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead and set the vibe in here and light my little incense. Oh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and light my incense. Yeah, I love these little incense. They smell so good. I think this is sandalwood. Anyway, Most High God, ancestors, ascended masters, we invite you into this space. Please allow me to hear and receive the messages with confidence and clarity. Thank you so much for the person that's watching. I ask that you would deliver the messages to them with confidence and clarity and give them discernment to know which messages are and aren't for them. Speak to me, speak through me, and allow me to see and hear and feel anything that you would have for me to say. Thank you for making it so. Okay. Okay, let's get into it because I'm trying to get comfortable. And I may have to kind of like slouch a little bit because I need a chair with a back on it. So let's see what Spirit has to say. I did record right before this, and there are a few things that I do want to share from that recording, because I probably won't post that video, but because I had to stop a few times and re-record. But there were a few things that did come through very clearly that I wanted to share with you. With Venus moving into Scorpio on October 23rd, I think that's Sunday, Venus is going to show us what it is that we value, or Venus generally shows us where it is and what it is that we value. And with Venus moving into Scorpio, Scorpio is going to show you exactly what that thing is rooted in. And the energy that I felt was a lot of fear. So the eclipse energy can be a little chaotic. Eclipse energy is like what we need to like propel us forward into our desired realities and timelines, but not before there's a lot of painful revelations, a lot of things that we have to say goodbye to, a lot of things that we have to kind of just let die and be willing to exist in the space where we don't know what's going to happen, or exist in the no one thing space, in the nothingness. And for a lot of you, you aren't willing to do that. You aren't willing to exist in the space where you don't know what's right up ahead, because no one knows what's right up ahead. Even people that can see into timelines, we may see something, but ultimately no one knows. No one is making it out alive. And I feel called to say that because some of you have fear that is crippling and debilitating to you. And most of it, the judgments, the attachment, mostly the judgment is really harsh, and you are the harshest judge to yourself and to the people around you, which is why you lack compassion, which is why you lack forgiveness, because you are the harshest judge. And that's another thing that Venus in Scorpio is going to do. It's going to dismantle false light and false narratives and false emotional attachments to the things that, because Scorpio is about death and rebirth and being rebirthed by light and the cycle of life and death and birth. So I don't know exactly how it goes, but just life, death, rebirth, in kind of like the world card. So that's the card that I kept seeing, was the world card. And Venus in Scorpio is going to dismantle that. It's going to dismantle anything that's rooted in just a false pretense, because it won't be able to withstand the really the eclipse energy. So a lot of things do have to die. A lot of things have to transform. Pluto, ruled by Scorpio ruled by Pluto, is about like what's at the very core. It's about the bareness. Just what's at the very core of the thing. I always say that Pluto buries the seeds in the ground. So around this time, and Pluto is the ruler of the 8th house, which is about like things that are hidden. So things that are at the core, things that are deep into the ground, things that are deep into your psyche. And for a lot of you, that's fear. And that's why, so Pluto, and I know I'm jumping around, I hope that you're able to connect the dots. One of the themes for this Scorpio season is going to be hidden treasures. Not only secrets that are hidden, but also hidden treasures. So the things that are in front of your face that you are missing. For a lot of you, there's someone right in front of your face that you're missing. For some more of you, for another collective of you, it's just about the things that are hidden to you, like the hidden treasures, the things that are, for some of you, is right in front of your face, and for the rest of you, it's like the things that you've buried, like because of fear and the fact that a lot of you, there's a lot of root chakra blockage, which goes hand in hand with fear. When you have a blocked root chakra, you generally operate in fear survival mode, because you don't think that the abundance that you've been manifesting is really gonna come through. Because a lot of you don't believe that your manifestations are gonna come through, and that's why they don't. Because for one, Spirit is saying because you are not grateful. Because where you are right now, like every single place, Scorpio season is going to force you into the no one thing, into the nothingness. It's going to force you into it's about stripping. It's about uncovering the layers. So it's going to force you into a space where you don't know what's, like, you feel like you're in the dark. You don't know what's coming next. And it's going to test your faith. That's in those spaces. That's when your faith is going to be tested. And so because you've prayed for things before, and what I feel is that every single space that you occupy in your life, like where you are right now, you feel like you're in the waiting period. And then in the last phase, you felt like you were in the wait. Like every single space that you're in, you are never grateful. Spirit's like, you're never grateful. You're always waiting on the next thing. But this next thing, you don't really believe it's coming. Because every single time you go up a level, or you get something new, or you just get in your answered prayers, like you're living in at least one of your answered prayers now, you kind of just forget it, and then you want the next thing. But for some reason now, you're feeling like this next thing is never gonna come. Like you really just don't believe that it's coming. I don't think, right, I think you ultimately believe that it's possible, but right now, because you can't see it and you have no idea how it's going to manifest. You don't feel like it's coming. And that's the message that I wanted to share with you guys from before. Okay, Spirit, speak to me, please. Let's talk about, yeah. Talk to me about the Four of Pentacles. Okay, guys, we got the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Judgment card. Okay, so immediately I feel like you holding on to something. Yeah, I feel you kind of just holding on to something. And I feel like it's something that like that's the energy I'm feeling. Like that's why I'm doing that. Like you, like something is, yeah. The card here on the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. Yeah. That's why I'm feeling like. Yeah, I feel like you're holding on to whatever, because you feel like you have way too many blind spots. Like I can't, like your need to control is just so great. Like like an overthinker. Like this is an overthinker that's overthinking everything, every single thing, because you don't believe that what you ask spirit for, spirit will actually deliver. Because you've been operating out of fear. And you've had to like put on so many masks that I don't know, I feel like you may be having trouble deciding what's really you. Who am I really? Because I'm different here, I'm different there, I'm different there. And we all have our different ways that we have to show up. But what I'm talking about is just the need to mask. Because I know a lot of you have to mask at work. I know what it's like to mask at work and to be a completely different person. This is you just kind of like existing or feeling like I'm having to exist in two different places at two different times. So how can I, or maybe you're waiting on this manifestation so that you can maybe quit your job, or so that you can exist as you want to be, you know, so that you can, I don't want to say follow your dreams, but so that you can, I'm hearing Weary by Solange. So you can wake up and fly, or, you know, yeah, I'm hearing Weary by Solange. I'm not gonna attempt to sing, but that's what I'm hearing. Let's see. Yeah, you know what it is that you have to do. That's what I heard. You know what it is that you have to do. For a lot of you, it's going to be you saying goodbye to people that you've known for a long time. Yeah, it's gonna be you for one, setting really hard boundaries. Like really, these boundaries are gonna be hard because just because of the fear of just being perceived for some of you. Like you may have a fear of just being perceived. Um, like a people pleasing energy. So you don't want to ruffle any feathers. The family is coming up. So this is probably going to be with your family or with people that you've known for a very long time. It could be a long standing relationship. It could even be a marriage. Just you just showing up in a different way now. Following through with what you say. Like, yeah, boundaries. Yeah, I just heard following through with what you say. Um, Following through with your ideas, setting boundaries for yourself. Speaking kindly to yourself, setting boundaries for yourself, holding yourself accountable. Yeah, this is you holding yourself accountable. And taking up space. Yeah, this is you taking up space. I want to stay with the Ace of Cups because I feel like this is a separate message. Okay, Spirit, tell me about the Ace of Cups. Speak to me about the Ace of Cups. We got the King of Cups and the Nine of Cups. And the Seven of Cups. Okay. So clearly emotional energy. So I'm feeling like a creative project is going to flourish. Something that you've worked on. Something that you probably kept a secret from people. Or when they asked you how it was going, you probably just said, "Oh, it's going okay. It's, it's okay. I'm really making strides." But you were really making strides. Like boss moves. I feel like that's going to bring in a lot of opportunity. In Scorpio season. In Scorpio season. Yeah, definitely creative projects. Or if it's not, if you're not going to be recognized for it yet, it's going to start really flourishing. It's going to start really flourishing, and people are going to be asking you about it, or asking you, hey, like, what are you up to? And maybe I was going to say, and maybe you don't share it with everyone. Like, if you're the person who is gaining clarity about the creative projects, I was going to say maybe you don't share it with everyone, or maybe you're in a space where you only have people around you who want to celebrate you, and who want to see your cup overflow, people who pour into you so much that you're overflowing, and there's so many ideas. For some of you, well, for some of you, whatever creative project you've been working on, wherever you've been kind of like, yes, I got it. Like, whatever it is that you've been kind of like working on in this season, like this past season, it's about to really flourish, and you're about to be recognized for it. Yeah, you're about to be recognized for it. Just have the courage to show up for it. Okay, Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective? Got the Strength card. The Eight of Wands. The World. Okay, this is, I'm feeling like patience. Like Spirit is screaming patience with you. Like, trust the timing. Like, trust, that was humor, yeah. So, trust the timing. With strength and humor. Yeah, and discipline. And patience. And patience. Yeah. I feel like this is Spirit saying, just trust my time. Trust that, with the Wheel of Fortune here, that everything that's happening, and I hate always saying behind the scenes, but literally, you're not running out of time. Everything that's happening behind the scenes, I'm doing. Spirit's like, I'm restoring balance. Like, I'm restoring the balance. The yin and the yang. The feminine and the masculine. This could be someone getting back together. It feels very restorative. The patience and the discipline, like two people breaking up and becoming better, whether that be for each other or for other people. But this is like my spirit guides shouting at me, like, patience, patience, patience. I'm restoring balance. Or this could be the need for you to with humor, to do something to change your energy, to embrace your inner child, to nurture your inner child, and to do something to bring your spirit back into balance. All right, any other messages, Spirit? Okay, we got the World card, the Lovers, and the Ace of Pentacles. Got the Lovers and the High Priestess. And because the Hierophant and the Chariot are right here, I'm feeling marriage. It's just giving me marriage or commitment. It's giving me like bonding. So in Scorpio season, the High Priestess is intuitive. She is mysterious. With the Lovers and the Chariot and the Hierophant and the Ace of Pentacles, it's giving me, because the Ace of Pentacles is about things that are tangible, beginnings that are tangible, connected to the earth. I feel like this is bonding. And with the World card here, I feel like this is the completion of a cycle and the start of a new one, the start of new contracts. The start of, when with Scorpio season is about sex, death, rebirth, and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. So this is giving me a new contract, a new love contract, a soulmate. Yeah, that's more the vibe. It's giving me more so soulmate vibes, like you meeting a soulmate, you meeting someone from your soul group. It could be a friend, but I feel like it's a lover. We got forgiveness. It could be a friend, but I feel that it would be a lover. And the forgiveness card says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Yeah. So there could be someone that you need to forgive. It could be forgiving yourself. And because the grief card is right here, I'm feeling a lot of sacral energy, so I'm feeling that it is a intimate relationship. Yeah. And understanding that losing something in certain spaces in time, like losing things, I'm feeling like if you love something, let it go. Yeah. So if you love something, let it go, which is exactly the energy. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Yeah. So if you love something, let it go. It could be, you could be holding on to a relationship because you don't want anyone else to have them. Or I'm feeling like there is a relationship that you aren't even really in. You just kind of like check in enough, like roster, like someone's, like you keep this person on your roster. And there could be like a lot of resentment between you two. They don't want to see you with anyone else, really. You don't want to see them with anyone else, and it's keeping you from truly being free. But this is confirmation that there is a new beginning for you. There is, with the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot, and the High Priestess here, there's something that wants to come in, but there's literally a blockage, and the blockage is the grief that you've been harboring. Like, we store grief and fear and emotions like that in our lower chakra centers. So this is confirmation for you to let it go, whatever it is. You could be waiting on an apology, with honesty here, and judgment and failure. Yeah, and fear. Yeah, honesty, judgment, failure, and fear. I feel like it's you waiting on an apology, or waiting or just constantly like blaming the other person. I'm sure they know, or reminding them where they failed, where they messed up, with the judgment here, like constantly reminding this person where they messed up, how they failed, waiting on an apology, placing blame, and completely negating accountability. Yeah. So you haven't been able to forgive, and you haven't been able to like appreciate the relationship for what it was, because things can just be, especially when we have to say goodbye to them. we have to acknowledge them and appreciate them for what they are. So that's the energy that I'm feeling here with that. Yeah, but this feels like a relationship. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope that this reading resonated with some part of you. As always, I'm speaking blessings of peace, clarity, prosperity, love, ascension, and intention. Until next time.